My girlfriend announced, "I've decided we're having an open relationship," without discussing it first. I said, "That's perfect timing." What her sister told her the next day about who I'd been seen with made her rethink everything. I, 29 male, was sitting on the couch last Thursday night, scrolling through my phone after dinner. My girlfriend Zoe, 27, of 4 years, walks in from the bedroom, sits down across from me, not next to me, which should have been my first clue, and drops this bomb. "So I've decided we're having an open relationship." Not, "I want to discuss," not, "What do you think about?" Just straight up, "I've decided." I looked up from my phone. "You've decided?" "Yeah, I've been thinking about it for a while. We're young, we should explore, experience other people. It's healthy." "When did you decide this?" "Does it matter? I'm telling you now." I leaned back, processing. 4 years together, living together for 2, and she just decides. Unilaterally, like she's choosing what to watch on Netflix. "Okay," she blinked. "Okay?" "Yeah, that's actually perfect timing." Her face did this weird twitch thing. "Perfect timing?" "Yeah, Cassidy from the coffee shop has been asking me out for months. I've been turning her down because, I had a girlfriend. But if we're open now..." Zoe's mouth opened and closed like a fish. "Cassidy? The barista with the tattoos? Yeah. She's really cool, plays bass in a band too." "You've been talking to her?" "She serves me coffee every morning, Zoe. We chat. She's made it pretty clear she's interested. I just always said I was taken, but now I'm not. Well, not exclusively." The silence stretched out. I could practically see the gears turning in her head. This wasn't how she'd pictured this conversation going. "I mean, we should have rules," she said finally. "Sure. What kind of rules?" "Like, we tell each other everything and no catching feelings. And? I don't know. I haven't thought about all the details yet." "Maybe you should have thought about them before deciding for both of us." She stood up, pacing now. "You're being really calm about this." "Should I not be? This is what you want, right?" Yes, it is." "Cool, then we're good. I'll probably ask Cassidy out tomorrow." "Tomorrow? Why wait? We're open now, right?" She stomped off to the bedroom. I heard her on the phone, probably with her sister Chloe or her best friend Ava. Whatever. She made her bed, now we both get to lie in it. With other people, apparently. The funny thing is, I wasn't even mad. Just disappointed? We'd had issues lately, sure. Less intimate, more like roommates. But I thought we'd work through it. Apparently, she thought we'd work through it by adding more people. Fine by me. 2 can play this game. Update 1. Hoo boy, where do I even start? So Friday morning, I did exactly what I said. Went to get my usual coffee, and when Cassidy asked how my morning was going, I said, "Actually, pretty interesting. My girlfriend decided we're in an open relationship now." Cassidy raised an eyebrow. "Decided? Just like that?" "Just like that." "Wow. How do you feel about it?" "Honestly, once the shock wore off, kind of relieved. We've been off for a while." She leaned on the counter. The coffee shop was empty, that sweet spot between morning rush and lunch crowd. "So, that means you're available?" "Apparently so." "Want to grab drinks tonight? My band's playing at Rosewood Bar at 9. "I'd love to." When I got home that evening to change, Zoe was getting ready too. Full makeup, her little black dress, the works. "Going out?" I asked. "Yeah, meeting someone." "Cool. Me too." She froze with her lipstick halfway to her mouth. "Already?" "Cassidy's band is playing. Should be fun." "The barista? The musician, yeah." She finished her lipstick aggressively. "Whatever. Have fun." "You too." Here's the thing. I wasn't trying to be petty. She wanted open. We're open. But apparently, she thought open meant she could date while I sat at home pining. Saturday morning was awkward. We both came home around the same time, separately. She looked tired. I probably did too, but for different reasons. Cassidy's band went on late, and we stayed talking until 3 a.m. "How was your night?" I asked, making coffee. "Fine. Yours?" "Great, actually. Cassidy's band is really good. They're playing a festival next month." She scrolled through her phone aggressively. "Then, Mom wants us to come to dinner tomorrow." "Both of us?" "Of course both of us. We're still together." "In an open relationship. That doesn't mean we're not together." "Okay, I'll be there." Sunday dinner was interesting. Zoe was super affectionate, holding my hand, touching my arm, laughing at everything I said. Her parents probably thought we'd never been happier. Her sister Chloe kept giving us weird looks though. Monday is when things got really interesting. I was at work when I got a text from Chloe. Were you at Brewster's Steakhouse last night? Me, yeah, why? With a redhead? Yeah, Cassidy, why? Me. Turns out, Chloe had been at Brewster's with her boyfriend. She saw me there with Cassidy, having dinner. And not just any redhead. Cassidy happens to be Zoe's regional manager's daughter. Yeah, the daughter of her boss. Does Zoe know you're dating Heather's daughter? Me, we're in an open relationship. Zoe's decision. What? Me, she didn't tell you? No, WTF. About an hour later, my phone exploded. 22 texts from Zoe in rapid succession. Cassidy is Heather's daughter? You knew this? How could you? This is so inappropriate. You need to stop seeing her. Now, I mean it. This affects my job. Are you trying to humiliate me? Answer me. Where are you? We need to talk. This isn't what I meant. You're doing this on purpose? To hurt me. I can't believe you. Come home now. Please. We need to discuss this. You can't date my boss's daughter. That's insane. Please respond. I sent back one text. At work. We can talk tonight about the rules you forgot to make. When I got home, Zoe was pacing the living room like a caged animal. You knew she was Heather's daughter. Actually, I didn't. Found out last night when she mentioned her mom runs the regional office for your company. Small world, huh? You have to stop seeing her. Why? Because she's my boss's daughter. So, we're in an open relationship. You decided. I'm just going with it. Not with her. You said we needed rules. We never made any. Can't retroactively add them now. She actually screamed, like full throat screamed. You're doing this to get back at me. Zoe, you announced we're open. I accepted it. I'm dating someone. You wanted this. I wanted us to explore, have fun. Not this. What did you think would happen? That's when the truth came out. She'd already been talking to some guy named Dimitri from her gym. For weeks. She figured announcing the open relationship would let her test the waters with him while keeping me as backup. She never thought I'd actually date anyone, especially not immediately. So this whole thing was just so you could cheat with permission? It's not cheating if we're open, but it would have been cheating for the past few weeks when you were already flirting with him? Silence. Get out. What? I need space. Go stay with Chloe or your parents. I need to think. You can't kick me out. I live here. You're right, I'll go then. I packed a bag and left. Went to my buddy Jerome's place. And guess what? When I check Instagram later that night, there's Zoe posted up with gym bro Dimitri at some wine bar. Caption, exploring new connections. The comments were savage. Bunch of people asking about me, saying they just saw us at her parents' dinner. She was deleting comments in real time. Oh, and Cassidy texted, hey, weird question, but my mom just asked if I'm dating someone named Zoe's boyfriend. She seemed concerned. This is messier than I thought it would be. Update 2. The entitlement has reached nuclear levels, so I've been staying at Jerome's for 3 days. He's been a real one, letting me crash while I figure things out. Cassidy's been understanding too. I explained the whole situation and she was like, Flake, wait, she decided you're open and now she's mad you're actually dating? That's wild. Tuesday morning, I get a call from my landlord. Apparently, Zoe called him saying I abandoned the apartment and she needs my name off the lease because I'm unstable. Landlord knows me though. I've been there 5 years, never missed rent. He called to check what's really happening. We're having relationship issues. I'm staying with a friend for a few days to cool off. Rent's paid through next month. She says you moved out permanently. I took 1 bag of clothes, man. My gaming setup is still there. Figured something was off. She sounded aggressive. Yeah, that's why I'm at Jerome's. He said to keep him posted and don't worry about the lease for now. Cool, dude. But then things got weird. Zoe started showing up at places. First, the coffee shop. Cassidy texted me, your ex is here staring daggers at me. She's not my ex yet. Also sorry. She ordered a water and has been sitting here for an hour. It's creepy. Then she showed up at my work. Told the receptionist she was my girlfriend and needed to talk to me urgently. Security had to escort her out when she wouldn't leave. But the peak entitlement came Wednesday night. I was at dinner with Cassidy at this small Italian place. Not hiding, just living my life. Zoe walks in with Dimitri. The hostess starts to seat them, right next to us. Zoe, what a coincidence. Zoe, there are 20 empty tables. Please sit anywhere else. It's a free country. We can sit where we want. Cassidy, absolute queen. Actually, we were just leaving. Enjoy your meal. As we're getting up, Zoe grabs my arm. We need to talk. We really don't. You live with me. I'm staying with Jerome right now, as you know, since you tried to get me off the lease. Dimitri, who looks like he benches small cars, finally speaks. Bro, maybe you should talk to her. Bro, maybe you should mind your business. We should go. Oh, she's making decisions for you now? No, she's being reasonable. Something you might want to try. We left, but Zoe wasn't done. She followed us out to the parking lot. You can't just walk away from 4 years. You walked away when you decided we're open without discussing it. I made a mistake. No, you made a decision. Now live with it. She started crying, but not sad crying, angry crying. Chloe was right. You're being cruel. I'm being cruel? You planned this whole thing to date Dimitri guilt-free while keeping me as backup. That's not. I didn't. Your sister literally told me you've been talking about him for months. Yeah. Chloe spilled everything. Zoe had been crushing on Jim Bro since January. Planned the whole open relationship thing to test if he was interested while keeping me around in case it didn't work out. You don't understand. I was confused. No, you were selfish. Dimitri came out then. Babe, our table's ready. Babe. They've been open for less than a week and he's calling her babe. Today, Thursday, I get a text from Heather, Zoe's boss. Hi, this is Heather Martinez. I apologize for reaching out like this, but I think we need to address the elephant in the room. Are you available for coffee tomorrow? I screenshot it and send it to Cassidy. Your mom wants to have coffee with me? I'm so sorry. You don't have to go. Me, it's fine. Might be good to clear the air. So tomorrow I'm having coffee with my girlfriend's boss, who is also the mother of the woman I'm dating, because my girlfriend decided we should see other people. You can't make this stuff up. Oh, and the best part? Zoe sent me an itemized list of everything in the apartment she considers hers, including things I bought, like my coffee maker, that I bought before we met, because she uses it more. The audacity is astronomical. Final update. This is going to be my last update because I'm ready to move forward with my life, so coffee with Heather. I was nervous as hell, but she was surprisingly cool about everything. I want to start by saying Cassidy is an adult and makes her own choices, but I am concerned about the dynamics here. I completely understand. This isn't ideal. Zoe has been difficult at work lately. I wasn't going to mention anything, but then she requested a meeting with HR about workplace harassment because I asked her to focus during a presentation instead of texting. Oh God. She also tried to tell me I was creating a hostile work environment by allowing my daughter to date her boyfriend. I'm so sorry. Heather smiled. Don't be. I've been documenting her behavior for months. This just accelerated things. She's been underperforming, spends most of her time on personal calls, and creates drama with coworkers. Turns out Zoe's job was already on thin ice. This situation just highlighted her lack of professionalism. Saturday was moving day. I brought Jerome and 2 other buddies to get my stuff. Zoe had strategically placed sticky notes on everything she considered hers, including, I kid you not, my PlayStation that my brother gave me for Christmas. Her reasoning? I use it for Netflix. While packing, I found something interesting in the closet. A box of receipts and cards from Dimitri. Dating back to November. She'd been emotionally cheating for way longer than I thought. The real fireworks came when I started packing the kitchen. She tried to claim all the appliances because I don't even cook. Neither do you, Zoe. I was going to learn. When? Between gym dates? Dimitri was there trying to look tough. Maybe you should just let her have the blender, bro. Maybe you should ask her why she needs a $300 blender she's never used, bro. I took everything I paid for, left her with the decorative pillows she loved and the smart TV her parents gave her. Fair is fair. Monday, Zoe got fired. Not for the Cassidy situation, for calling in sick, then posting Instagram stories from a spa day with Dimitri. Heather didn't even have to push for it. Zoe dug her own grave. She blew up my phone. I got fired. This is your fault. You ruined my life. Over your stupid ego. I hope you're happy. Cassidy made her mom fire me. I'm going to sue for wrongful termination and emotional distress. You'll be sorry. I forwarded the screenshots to Heather, with Cassidy's permission, just in case. Heather's response: she was fired for time card fraud and absence without leave. Has nothing to do with anyone's relationship. I have documentation going back 6 months. Tell her to have her lawyer contact ours. The lawsuit threats stopped real quick after that. But the best part? Remember how she wanted an open relationship to explore with Dimitri? Well, turns out Dimitri thought open meant open. Zoe found him on Tinder, actively swiping. When she confronted him, he said, "But babe, I thought we weren't exclusive? That's what you wanted, right?" She tried to explain that she could see other people, but he was supposed to only see her. He laughed. Actually laughed at her. Then left. So in 2 weeks, she went from having a stable relationship, good job, and nice apartment to being single, unemployed, and moving back with her parents. Meanwhile, Cassidy and I are taking things slow. We're not official or anything. I need time to process everything. But she's been amazing through this whole mess. Supportive without being pushy. Understanding that I'm fresh out of a 4-year relationship. Jerome helped me find a great studio apartment. It's smaller, but it's all mine. No drama, no manipulation, no surprise announcements about major relationship changes. Last text exchange with Zoe. Her: "Can we please talk? I miss us." There is no us. You ended that when you made a unilateral decision about our relationship. I was confused. I made a mistake. You were calculating. You made a choice. Now live with it. So that's it? 4 years and you just walk away? You walked first? I just kept walking. She's blocked now. On everything. Chloe reached out to apologize for her sister, said their whole family is embarrassed by how Zoe handled things. Apparently she's been telling everyone I manipulated her into an open relationship, then sabotaged her life. But everyone knows the truth because, well, Chloe has receipts of Zoe bragging about her genius plan to date Dimitri risk-free. Life lesson learned: when someone shows you who they are, believe them. When someone makes unilateral decisions about your relationship, they're telling you exactly how much they value your input. And when someone wants to have their cake and eat it too, sometimes the best response is to take the whole bakery with you when you leave. I'm doing good now. Better than good, actually. Free. Thanks for following along on this wild ride. Time to close this chapter and start fresh. My girlfriend said, "We're a team. Your bonus is our bonus." I said, "Of course." Then I used my bonus to pay off my parents' mortgage anonymously. Her face when I told her the team was broke except for her money. Original post. I, 29, male, work in logistics management for a mid-sized distribution company. Nothing glamorous, but the pay's decent, and this year I landed the company's biggest client ever. My girlfriend Jessica, 27, and I have been together for 3 years, living together for the last 18 months. Jessica works part-time at a boutique clothing store, maybe 20 hours a week. Makes around $1,200 a month, which she uses for her personal expenses. I cover rent, utilities, groceries, basically everything else. Never complained about it because I make good money and figured that's what partners do. About 2 months ago, my boss pulled me into his office. The client I landed saved the company from potential layoffs and brought in serious revenue. They wanted to show appreciation, a $42,000 performance bonus. After taxes, I was looking at around $28,000. Biggest chunk of money I'd ever seen at once. That night, I made the mistake of telling Jessica. Her eyes lit up like Christmas morning. "Baby, this is amazing. We can finally get that new car. And take that Europe trip. Oh, and I saw these designer bags." I nodded along, but something felt off. Then she said it. "We're a team, right? Your bonus is our bonus. That's what couples do. Share everything." Something about how she said it, the entitlement in her voice, made me pause. But I just smiled and said, "Of course, babe, we're a team." She immediately started planning. Made Pinterest boards for vacations, bookmarked luxury items, even started telling her friends about our windfall. She was spending that money in her head faster than I could blink. Meanwhile, my parents have been struggling with their mortgage for years. Dad's a mechanic. Mom works at a grocery store. They're good, hardworking people who never asked me for anything. Their mortgage had maybe $26,000 left on it, but with interest rates, they were looking at another 8 years of payments. Mom mentioned once how Dad couldn't retire at 65 like he'd hoped because of it. I made my decision that night while Jessica was asleep, online shopping on her phone. The next day, I went to my parents' bank, set up an anonymous cashier's check for $26,000, had it sent to their mortgage company with instructions to pay off the loan. Took the remaining $2,000 and put it in my emergency fund. Came home that evening to Jessica surrounded by shopping bags. Babe, I know the bonus hasn't hit yet, but I used my credit card to get us started on the wardrobe upgrades. Almost $3,000, but it's an investment in our future. My stomach dropped. Jessica, about the bonus. What? Did they change their minds? Panic in her voice. No, it came through, but it's gone. Silence. Then, what do you mean gone? I had some obligations, family stuff. It's all been allocated. Her face went from confusion to rage. Allocated? You mean our money? What obligations? Personal ones. We're a team. You can't just spend $28,000 without discussing it with me. Funny, I said, staying calm. You spent $3,000 without discussing it with me. That's different. That was for US. No, Jessica, that was for you, on your credit card, which is your responsibility. She lost it, complete meltdown, screaming about betrayal, about how I'd ruined her plans, how her friends would think she was a liar. The kicker? She demanded I take out a loan to cover what I stole from us. I just looked at her and said, the team seems pretty one-sided. Your money is your money, but my money is our money. I barely make anything, you know that. By choice. You could work full-time, but you choose not to. That's not the point. Then what is? You promised we were a team. We are. That's why I expect you to handle your own credit card bill. Team members contribute, right? She stared at me, mouth open, then grabbed her phone and called her mom. Update 1. Been a week since the bonus revelation. The entitlement has reached astronomical levels. First, Jessica's mom, Diane, called me the next morning. This woman who hasn't worked in 15 years, living off her third husband's money, had opinions. How dare you lie to my daughter about that money? She had plans. Plans for my money, Diane. That I earned. You're in a relationship. What's yours is hers. Interesting. So what's hers is mine? Cool. I'll expect Jessica to split all household expenses 50-50 from now on. That's financial abuse. She doesn't make enough. Then maybe she should work more than 20 hours a week? Click. She hung up. Jessica stayed at her friend Megan's place for 3 days. During this time, she posted on social media about financial betrayal in relationships, started a group chat with her friends discussing how I was economically abusing her, demanded I Venmo her $500 for emotional trauma, had her mom call my work, didn't get past reception, thank God. She came back Wednesday evening. Not to apologize, but with a printed spreadsheet. I've calculated what you owe me, she announced. I actually laughed. Owe you? 3 years together. The trips we didn't take, the things we didn't buy because you said we should save. That was training me to live below our means. Now you had this bonus and didn't share. You owe me half, plus interest, plus emotional damages. How much? $18,000. I looked at the spreadsheet. She'd actually calculated lost opportunity costs for designer goods she didn't buy, listed emotional labor as a line item, even added future earnings impact because she was too stressed to work this week. Jessica, you need to move out. What? This is insane. You're treating me like an ATM. We're done. You can't kick me out. I have rights. You're not on the lease. You have 30 days. She went nuclear. I'll sue you. I'll tell everyone what kind of person you are. You'll be broke when I'm done. With what money are you going to sue me, Jess? Your maxed out credit card? That stopped her cold. The $3,000 shopping spree she couldn't actually afford. You have to help me pay it. No, I don't. That's your debt. Your choice. Your problem. She started crying. Not sad tears, angry, frustrated tears. But I can't afford it. Then return the stuff. It's all final sale. Then get a second job. I don't have time for that. You work 20 hours a week. You have nothing but time. She threw a wine glass at the wall. It shattered. I'll ruin you. Clean that up, or I'm deducting it from your security deposit. I never paid a security deposit. Exactly. You've lived here rent-free for 18 months, and you're upset about $28,000? Update 2. The escalation has been spectacular. Day after I gave her 30 days notice, I woke up to 56 text messages. Not from Jessica. She was giving me the silent treatment. while still living in my apartment. No, these were from her friends, her mom, her cousin, even her hairdresser. You're a monster. Jessica gave you the best years of her life. Man up and pay her what you owe. Karma will get you. Apparently, she'd told everyone I'd stolen her bonus and left her with debt. Conveniently left out that it was my bonus from my job. But the real kicker came that Thursday. I got home from work to find she'd thrown a support party in my apartment. 8 people, wine bottles everywhere, and they were making TikToks about financial abuse in relationships. Jessica, what the hell? Her friend Megan stood up. We're here to support a victim of economic violence. Economic violence? She lives here for free. Exactly. Another friend Ashley chimed in. You trapped her in financial dependence. She chooses to work part-time. She has a degree in marketing. She could get a real job tomorrow. Jessica finally spoke. See, he's trying to control my career now. I pulled out my phone. Everyone out, now, or I call the cops. You wouldn't dare, Jessica said. Try me. They left, but not before one of them said, we're documenting everything for Jessica's legal case. I laughed. Good luck with that. The next morning, Jessica had changed tactics. Sweet as pie, making breakfast. Baby, I've been thinking. Maybe we both overreacted. How about this? You help me with the credit card and we forget all this happened. No, but I'll have to pay interest. Yes, you will. That's not fair. Those purchases were for our future. Name one thing in those bags that was for us. Silence. Then, the lingerie. That you'll take to your next relationship? Pass. Her mask slipped. I know where you put the money. My blood went cold. What? Your mom called you crying happy tears last week. You paid off their mortgage, didn't you? I said nothing. I'm going to tell them it was you. Ruin your little anonymous gift. Make them feel guilty for taking money that should have been mine. You wouldn't. Try me. Unless you want to reconsider that $18,000. That's when I knew exactly who I was dealing with. Update 3. After Jessica's threat about my parents, I had to act strategically. Called my buddy who's a lawyer. He said her threats were basically extortion, but proving it would be messy. Better to document everything and protect myself. Set up cameras in the common areas of my apartment, legal where I live for my own home. Good thing too. Saturday morning, Jessica's mom and aunt showed up unannounced while I was home. Jessica let them in with her tea. We're here to mediate, Diane announced. There's nothing to mediate. Jessica's moving out. The aunt, Linda, pulled out her phone. I'm recording this for Jessica's lawyer. Good, record this. Jessica has paid exactly $0 in rent for 18 months. That's, I did quick math, $27,000 in free housing. She owes me money. They weren't expecting that. Diane sputtered. That's not how relationships work. Apparently, according to Jessica, relationships mean my money is our money. So her living free means she owes me. Unless you want to admit it only goes one way. You're twisting things. Am I? She wants half my bonus? Fine. She owes me half the rent. That's $13,500. Still want to talk lawyers? Jessica went pale. You can't charge me retroactively. You can't charge me for imaginary emotional damages either. But here we are. Then the best part. Diane tried a power move. I know people at your company. One call and you could lose that precious job. I smiled. Diane, I just landed the biggest client in company history. You're a housewife married to a dentist. Who do you think they'll side with? But she actually did it. She called someone. Monday, HR pulled me in. They'd received a complaint about my character. I explained the situation, showed them the threatening texts, the attempted extortion about my parents. HR was not amused. They called it harassment and documented it in case of escalation. Tuesday night was when Jessica made her biggest mistake. I came home to find my laptop open. Bank statements on the screen. She'd tried to transfer money from my savings to her account, but couldn't get past the two-factor authentication. Jessica, did you try to access my bank account? It's our money. No, it's theft, or attempted theft. I called the cops. She couldn't believe it. When they arrived, she played victim, crying about how we were together and shared everything. I showed them the security footage of her on my laptop, my bank's login attempt notifications. They didn't arrest her, but told her it was attempted fraud, and I could press charges. She was given a formal warning. You have 48 hours to leave, I told her in front of the officers, or I press charges. Where will I go? Not my problem anymore. Update 4. She didn't leave in 48 hours. Instead, she tried one last power play. Thursday morning, I woke up to an empty apartment. Well, empty of Jessica's stuff and a bunch of mine. My PS5, my watch, my signed baseball collection, various electronics. She left a note, holding these as collateral until you pay what you owe. I almost laughed. She filmed herself taking them and sent the video to me as proof I'd given them to her. In the video, she's literally saying, "I'm taking these until he pays me my fair share." Called the cops again. This time with video evidence of theft and her written confession. They took it seriously. Put out a warrant. She was at her mom's house with all my stuff. Cops showed up. Diane tried to refuse entry, but they had a warrant. Jessica was arrested. My stuff was returned. I didn't bail her out. Diane called screaming that I was ruining Jessica's life over a misunderstanding. She stole from me. On camera, with written confession. Dropped the charges. She was emotional. Maybe she should have thought of that before committing felony theft. Jessica spent the weekend in jail. Monday morning, her public defender called me. Would I consider dropping charges if she agreed to move out immediately and cease all contact? Add in a restraining order and we have a deal. It was done by Tuesday. But the aftermath? Pure karma working overtime. Without my financial support or a place to live, reality hit Jessica hard. She had to move back with her mom. That $3,000 credit card bill started accumulating interest. She couldn't afford minimum payments on her part-time salary. Her mom refused to help. "You said he owed you $18,000. Use that. He won't pay. Then sue him." With what money? Her friends, who were so supportive, suddenly very busy when she needed a place to crash or money to borrow. Turns out people aren't that sympathetic to a grown woman crying about not getting her boyfriend's work bonus. Best part? She had to sell all those investment pieces she bought. Designer bags, shoes, clothes, all sold at a massive loss on resale sites. Made maybe $800 total. Last I heard through the grapevine, she's working full-time now. Imagine that. Still living with mommy. Still paying off that credit card, telling everyone I financially abused her. Can't get a new boyfriend because she leads with my ex stole my bonus. My parents still don't know the mortgage payoff was from me. They think it was an administrative error in their favor that the bank couldn't reverse. They're happy, planning dad's retirement party for next year. Me? I'm good. Apartment's quieter. Grocery bills are somehow lower even though I'm the only one eating. Weird how that works. Got promoted last month. Turns out when you're not dealing with constant drama, you perform better at work. Final update. It's been 6 months now. Thought I'd give one last update because the entitlement apparently has no expiration date. About a month ago, got a LinkedIn message from Jessica. Yeah, she went professional network stalking. "Hi, I know we can't talk normally, but I wanted you to know I'm getting married. He's amazing and treats me like a real partner. Just thought you should know what you lost. Also, I still think you owe me closure about the money." I didn't respond, but I was curious. Did some digging. Her new amazing guy? A 22-year-old she met at her retail job. Lives with 4 roommates. Drives for DoorDash on weekends, but here's where it gets good. Diane reached out last week, not to Jessica's phone. She doesn't know I blocked that. No, Diane got a new number just to contact me. "Hello, Jessica doesn't know I'm calling. She's making a terrible mistake with this boy. You were stable, successful. She realizes now what she lost. If you took her back, I know she'd appreciate you properly this time. Diane, she stole from me. There's a restraining order." That was a misunderstanding. She was hurt. You know how much she loved you. She loved my money. That's not true. She just wanted to be taken care of. Is that so wrong? When she contributes nothing? Yes. She contributed. She made your house a home. She lived there for free and complained about the groceries I bought. Silence. Then, would you at least consider helping with her credit card? It's ruining her credit. She can't get approved for anything. No, you're heartless. That bonus could have changed her life. It changed my parents' lives. 2 people who actually deserve it. She was going to be your wife. Thank God that didn't happen. Here's the thing. I found out from a mutual acquaintance that Jessica told her fiancé she's debt-free and has family money coming. She's literally repeating the same pattern, looking for someone to bankroll her lifestyle. Also discovered she's been telling people I hid assets during our relationship, and that's why I had money to pay off my parents' mortgage. Like we were married, and I was required to disclose my finances to her. The mutual acquaintance asked if I wanted to warn the new guy. Honestly, not my circus, not my monkeys. He'll figure it out when she starts talking about how his paycheck is their money while her part-time retail check is for her fun fund. Looking back, the signs were always there. The way she'd say, "We can't afford that," when I wanted something, but "we deserve this," when she wanted something. How she'd call in sick to work to go shopping, but get mad if I worked overtime. The way she genuinely believed that being in a relationship entitled her to full financial support while contributing nothing. That $28,000 bonus? Best investment I ever made. It freed my parents from debt and freed me from a parasite. Worth every penny. As for those saying I should have just shared it, I did share. With the two people who sacrificed everything to raise me, who never asked for a dime, who still tried to refuse the bank error until they couldn't. That's what real family looks like. Not someone who sees you as a wallet with legs. Jessica, if you're reading this from your mom's couch while your 22-year-old fiancé delivers someone's Chipotle order, that expensive lingerie you bought, hope it was worth the 23% APR you're still paying. The team is doing just fine without you.